Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to the weekly rant. This week I've got a couple awesome guests, and also I don't have Skype up, but my guest host right now is Mr. Bio himself. Say hi to the audience, Mr. Bio.
Good people of the gaming community.
That's the gayest, most awkward voice that you could have ever come up with.
But I'm here. What's up?
Alright, but anyways, today I got Acid, Prof Acid. He is the manager and essentially the boss of Prophecy Team. That they just launched their site actually today. So go check it out. It's prophecyteam.net if you haven't yet. Also, we got Mr. X coming on. He's coaching Complexity now. He did play in COD Champs for that like hybrid competitive team made up of Ogre 2 and a couple Rainbow Six guys and stuff like that. So he's coming on today, and we're going to talk EGL a little bit because we do have Acid on. We'll talk about them not going and essentially boycotting EGL, which is pretty interesting, and I'm glad it's finally happening since they haven't paid for the past 3 events yet. They haven't paid out for the past 3 events. But I also, in general, just want to talk about esports and Call of Duty in the future, because that seems to be what's on everybody's mind right now with E3 out this week. You know, everyone's thinking about what's going to happen to Call of Duty when Call of Duty Ghosts comes out, what's going to happen with the Xbox One, so on and so forth. I mean, they've already announced like they're going to use the Xbox One at the next COD Champs, so that has to make you think that that maybe potentially it doesn't have to be online at all times for a LAN setting. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to talk about that for a little bit. Mr. X also, he kind of went on a whole thing about skill-based games and esports, and how like if a player from this went to go play like something like you would bring the viewers with them. I don't know. I'm going to let him explain that a little further. But that's what I've got for tonight. Hopefully it's a good combo. I'm going to get Acid in here and Mr. X. Tweet the stream out, guys. 40 viewers is pathetic for a show. I don't know who is streaming, even if it's Nade Shot right now. We normally pull about 300 viewers, though. I'm a little disappointed.
Nade Shot, Xbox off.
Yes, Nade Shot, Twitch off. I don't care if you're playing Xbox. Twitch off. Twitch off. Okay. No, I don't know what's going on right now, man. What the frick? The viewers are hurting right now.
Stop dribbling in. I'm no one of importance, but when people of importance come in, you know, it'll get there.
Dude, I'm important. What the fuck?
Oh, who are you?
Yeah. I know, right? I get that sense sometimes.
I thought there was a signing going on. My bad.
Dude, I thought some other dude ran this show. What the fuck?
Yo.
Yeah, what's up, Britt?
Hi, mate. How's it going?
Hi, mate.
What's up?
We're touching 2 nationalities tonight. It's interesting. Alright, so to start this off, I think I want to talk about EGL just a little bit, because it's something I've brought up quite a few times on the show with them not paying out the past 3 events, and now teams are actually standing up to them and kind of boycotting their event, I would assume. I mean, I think you guys kind of started it with your tweet. I mean, what went behind this decision to actually start boycotting EGL?
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm really good mates with the guys like Ash and Loco, who are the event managers of EGL. But so many people I speak to, like friends of mine, who they owe like, say for example, Magcat, they owe like over $2,000 to him. They owe so much money that it's pretty much that people are paying for them to get a lot of press, for them to host an event, and no one's going to ever see their money.
Yeah,
Pretty much just giving them money for them to market their event, knowing that, well, they're not knowing, but it just doesn't seem like they don't. The annoying thing is they don't seem to care that they're not paying the money out. They always tweet, the money will come. I don't know. They don't seem to really do anything about it, or a tweet.
Well, I mean, it seems like they're spending money on themselves. I mean, frick.
Like the thing is, Mello and Loco do take a lot of stick, but at the end of the day, they're technically just the event managers. They're actually nothing to do with like.
I know, but they're the face, man.
Yeah,
they're the face. That's why they did it. Yeah.
It's clever. Like the owner does hide. Well, he doesn't hide, but he doesn't exactly put his name out there. I don't know. Like they don't help themselves. And I know for a fact they were planning this trip for a long time. Because like I said, I'm good mates with Mello and Loco, and said they were going. Like, they wanted to go to America around E3 anyway. So I think it's just how it's all worked out. It doesn't look that good.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, because I just saw like people was like, oh, they're gambling in Las Vegas, this and that. I'm like, I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that's pretty whack. But
No, to be
I
honest,
mean,
they've gone like a month holiday.
really?
Yeah, they've been out there like they went out there for a month. Like Josh, Loco, Mello, and one of their friends from outside of gaming. They've just gone on
just
like, a
don't
holiday.
get
And they've
I mean, 'cause
purposely
they-
ran it in so they can go to E3 and everything.
They still owe money from Modern Warfare 3 tournament.
I feel, well, yeah, they owe as far as where they owe 6, 7, 8, and 9. When I put that
Well,
tweet
9
out-
has 9 gone on? I thought 9. Wait,
Yeah.
9 happened? I thought 9 was the next one.
No, 9 happened. 9 was the one that Impact came over.
Wow, that was 9. I thought it was
Yeah.
just 6, 7, and 8. I thought the last one was
No.
8 for some reason. So they owe 4
No.
events now.
Yeah, they owe 4.
Holy
Technically,
shit.
yeah.
That's a ton of money.
Like
So
when I
even
tweeted that.
Optic was competing, they
Yes,
haven't.
with Rambo. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, when I tweeted out about the whole prophecy not attending, someone, I think it was Bizzle from Curse, tweeted back saying they still owe him from EGL 2. Still owe him money from that because he came
EGL
back to
2?
that event. Yeah, apparently they still owe him money from EGL 2. He said.
Dude, I would have been making the biggest stink possible if I was still owed money from that. Has to be like an event from what, Black Ops 1, I would assume? Jesus.
Yeah, it was. It was the first Black Ops 1 event.
Wow. Wow, you're owed money from Black Ops 1 events.
I don't know how legit that is, but he did tweet back and say, yeah, I'm still owed my money from second place at EGL.
Well, I mean, has there been any news on them planning EGL 10 yet?
Well, they tried to plan it for the end of May. It was like they wanted to announce the end of May, and I was like, I kept asking what's happening. And they were saying they were going to announce it, and I didn't hear anything. And then next minute, I spoke to the owner. He's like, "Yeah, we're not doing it." And then
Wow.
not heard anything else. And then there's just a lot of things going on about roundabout the
I
world.
just,
It doesn't look good for them.
I know. There's a lot of talk on. I mean, even it started again with players not getting their money. I mean, I saw Fizzerb tweet about it. I saw Killa tweet about it. I mean, there's been a bunch of people tweeting on it. It's like, essentially, if you haven't gotten it yet, I mean, honestly, it might suck, but don't plan on getting it.
Yeah, that's what I started telling. Like,
I mean,
and the others
just
was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'd literally expect
Yeah.
the worst. Now when you get it, think of it as a bonus.
yeah. I mean, if you get it, then you're one lucky SOB because I don't think anybody's going to be getting money anytime soon by the looks of it, or at all. So I mean, I guess you can stay optimistic, but me being my pessimistic self will say don't even count on getting any money. So that's where that is. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit because you kind of did start off the whole boycott in EGL, and I think it'd be interesting if they do actually try to put on another event. Say EGL 10, they plan it for like August, middle of August, or something, because that's like the month gap where there's no events for Black Ops 2. If they do plan an event for that, then it would be nice to see just no one show up to that since they're not paying out. I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how many people would actually stick to it, but like I know when I said like a few people at Epsilon said they probably like TCM had said like, if they've not received money they would be going. So I think they would have like a massive effect on them if they don't pay out any money. It's kind of they're kind of balls in their part now. If they want to host another event, they need to pay out.
Yeah. Well, that's all I want to talk about EGL. I don't want to really put their name out there any more than it needs to be right now. They just need to freaking pay up or shut up, I guess you should say. Use that
away.
old saying. Yeah, right?
Just go away.
Just go away.
Just go away.
But no, I mean, since that's all I'm going to say about this, I want to get into what I actually brought these guys on for. I know Mr. X, Matt. I'm just going to call you Matt. I don't like Mr. X. It makes me
Matt
think
is much
like
easier.
you're freaking Professor Xavier or some shit. You're like leader
Bro,
of the
it makes me
X-Men. I don't
sound
know.
like a shady drug dealer or something.
Yeah, I don't,
Like a bad name.
I don't know what's going on there. I just want to say, Matt. Okay, so Matt, you were on Twitter the other day saying a bunch of stuff about competitive esports and how the more of a skill gap in a game is how more competitive it is, and that people could essentially bring their viewers to any game. I know that was part of the discussion. I saw you going at it with Nate Chat about that. I mean, where did this all come from? Why did you decide to start talking about this?
I decided to talk about it just after the fact that, I mean, when everyone talks about like competitiveness and developer support on Twitter, like I don't think they actually get what they're talking about.
Oh, that's guaranteed.
You say developer support, like at least from my perspective, like what you guys are saying when you say that is like they're just putting up a ton of money for you guys. It's like there's still so many problems like with this game, and then I mean I haven't played any of the other CODs, so I really can't speak from experience with those. But it sounds like from what everybody tells me is that the same problems from those have kind of carried over through the years. So are they making the games better, or are they just giving you guys more money to play?
Well, I mean,
That's like my whole argument.
I mean, I guess some things did carry over, but I mean, what they did with this game was they added in new features that allowed it to grow the way it did. I mean, with Codcaster and the 10-point system and
yeah, but
stuff like that.
Then we ban like half the things in the 10-point system, though.
Yeah, I know.
so
Something
you're really
new
back
every
to the. So you're really back to like the beginning, you know?
Yeah, I know. I know.
And
That's why I complained about it so much, and then Ego had to try and roast me on that one show about the foul. But it's like, I'm like, the foul is gonna get banned. Okay, that's fine. It is an OP weapon, but it's still a primary weapon. Like, I don't care, because now that that's banned, everybody's bitching about the shotgun or something like that. I mean, I did see people start bitching about the shotgun actually quite a bit, and I think they still are.
yeah, people are still
That's why we
complaining about
removed
the
it.
shotgun.
Shotgun should not be in the game.
Shut up with your EU rules, man. Get out of here.
Well, the shotgun's banned from Gfinity, I think, right?
Yes,
Yep.
Gfinity went
Yeah,
EU
right.
rules, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with all the ban happy stuff.
I don't agree with the ban. I also don't agree with having split rule sets across the pond, man, because it just divides our communities that much
the
more.
idea of league play and the whole trying to get one wasn't the whole idea to get one universal rule
Yes.
set between everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
even
the whole idea behind it.
Vandahar posted that post up on 360 Icon saying universal rule set. You know, this is where we can decide this and that. But essentially, I guess he didn't realize it. But honestly, before he made that thread on 360 Icons, dude, we were like one thing away from having a universal rule set across the pond. Like literally, there's only one difference between our rule sets. Then once that thread was made, everybody went back to scratch with rule sets, and now they're more different than they ever were. So
See, the thing
that's
about-
what pissed me
my
off.
thing on rule sets is, like, I'm not sure about guns like shotguns and them being banned, but I don't think you should have anything in a game that aids you, that you don't have to control. For example, a sentry gun, helicopters, things that aid you that you don't control should not be in a game. But that's not professional. Why if you're that good, you shouldn't need aid. It's like
I know, but it adds
but
it adds
then-
more dynamics and meta to the game, though, doesn't it? I mean, I know you have that idea of going back to the way it was, like where we have set rule sets and this and that, everything banned. We go back to the way it was before Black Ops 2 and run a tournament. And honestly, I don't know if that would be a good idea.
it's like what I wanted to say on Twitter the other day. Like I couldn't, like, when it gets to Twitter conversation, I just can't be bothered with the character limits. But I was trying to say, like Rambo was trying to say, it's like a strategy game where it's not. It's technically it's a first-person shooter game that you use strategy in. Like football's a football game that you use strategy in. It's not actually a strategy game. It shouldn't
needs to
be
be a
reliant
ton
on the strategy.
No, it shouldn't be
reliant on
reliant on
skills.
the strategy, but the strategy part should be a huge part of it.
Strats are technically in everything. You use strats pretty much.
But if anything, this game added more strategy to it because of the 10-point system and having to think what the other team's
Right, you
using
had to-
with
you had to counter
EMPs.
different things.
Yeah, you have to counter EMPs, stuns, all that other crap. You have to
Seems
have
like
different
whenever-
sets for it. I mean, it added a lot more to the game.
I remember when we were playing, and in league play, we were like known for using like the MMS on search and destroy, and then it's like instead of like coming up with the counter for it, which is extremely easy, you just put on cold blooded. It was more of a let's just ban it all together. Like that's just like laziness out of like the players' part. Like
Yeah.
Impulsive.
Yeah. See, like all the guns and equipment, like the main thing when it happened with score streaks. Like my main argument with score streaks was the fact that everyone was like makes it more entertaining. But technically, the team who gets the score streaks are the team who's doing well. You get the score streaks, and all you do is get further ahead. Like,
Yeah, but
technically,
we've seen that it doesn't happen necessarily though. It doesn't happen like that
well,
at
I was
all.
trying
Though.
to say, like score streaks is technically like in football, you score a goal, and then you get to bring on an extra man to play for your team. Like you've just scored a goal, let's make it even easier for you.
Yeah,
That's
but this
like what
isn't
a score
sports,
streak
man.
is.
It's a video game. It's virtual. It's not
Yeah.
literal.
That was just one of these. I'm not the rule set works. Like
It does work.
I don't think we can.
I just wish it was a bit more, not fully reliant on gun skill, but a bit more reliant. It literally seems like this game is, if you don't have one thing in your class, you literally can lose a game just because you don't have one thing in your class, and you only get 5
Like
classes.
what?
Yeah, but your classes should be prepared though for every.
I think you should get 10. I think you
Whatnot.
should get 10. I think you should get 10 classes.
I mean, we did make that. We did talk about that at the beginning. Like, since there is so much more involved with this game, that we should get 5 extra classes to play with for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, because Von's argument to that was that this game is more based on team play. Like, if you can't have it in your class set, then someone else on your team can. Like, that was the whole
Right, you
idea
gotta
behind it.
combine
You have 20 classes as a
between 4
whole.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Should
should
have
be able to dedicate at least
counters.
2 or 3 to countering kill streaks, countering like smoke grenades, anything really. Like there's a counter for everything that we have in the game right now. So if you can't dedicate 2 of your 20 classes as a whole to it, then your teammates aren't appropriately playing their role.
Yeah. I don't know, like I said, I just think it's just so heavily reliant on everyone having the right counter instead of people having, like, actually doing what a game is, a first-person shooter. I don't know. I think more classes would make it better.
It ruins a bit of the life cycle of the game because after everyone's using the same guns, same perks over and over again, I mean, you keep getting the same, keep watching literally the same game over and over again, and then people get tired and bored of that. Then
But that's why Call of Duty is a new
Sure.
game every 12 months, man. Instead of
never
every
change
24.
anything,
I
though. They just,
know,
like,
I know,
do
but it's a new
maps,
game, dude.
and
It's a new
it's
game
like-
with new maps. Yeah, man.
come on.
New maps
Just
and
because
a
they're
little
buff,
better
right.
graphics. Yeah. Dude, hey, Call of Duty Ghost, man, we got frickin' Riley, man. That's the new addition.
That's sweet.
I'm tired of hearing about that damn dog. A little side chat right here. What is going on with that damn dog, okay? Yes, cool.
I don't know.
You can control
Yeah,
a dog in-game. I don't care. I want to see gameplay. I don't want to see the dog rip some dude's throat out. I'm just throwing that out there.
Is Riley going to be in multiplayer? Does that mean we're only going to have 3
Yeah.
people on a team and a dog?
No.
Yeah.
I would
It's-
put
it's-
anything past them, man.
Dude, yeah, that would be an extra player. Five or 4 people, and then you get to control a dog.
You get more teams if you do 4v4s. There's no chances of
I
player.
wonder how much aim assist I'm gonna have on the Xbox One. That's another problem with Call of Duty. Like, I don't get how. I mean, I understand why they do it for like the casual people, but the aim assist is ridiculous. I mean, I'm trying to shoot at somebody and somebody jumps from behind that guy, and my aimer just goes
Yeah.
off by itself.
Oh, especially like even on stairs is where it's the worst. Like you'll be aiming down,
Just aims
and then
you
some
straight at
guy,
the ground.
yeah, and some guy will run up on you, just aims you straight at the ground. Yeah, that's where it's the worst.
so dumb.
Yeah. But honestly, when people try to play with it off, like some people have been caught like actually not having it and they didn't realize it, they suck. They absolutely just suck.
Well, yeah, because there's no. When they turn it off, it's like completely off. There's no dumbed down version of it.
So,
Like,
love
that
to
would
see
be
it.
cool for like league play. Like, I don't understand why they didn't like bump up the health a little bit more, like lower the aim assist a little bit, like make it like competitive.
I'd love to see an invert on tournament where everyone has to play with invert.
I would
no,
play
that's terrible. No one would show up.
Yeah.
Oh man, does Aches actually play on invert?
Yeah.
He's like the only one. Who else play? I wonder who else plays on invert.
I mean, I've had a few teammates that have played inverted, but
I mean, essentially, like if you had a tournament like that, it would be the 4 people that actually play inverted just make a team and just tear everything up.
Pretty
That'd be
much.
funny as hell.
difficult to play inverted.
But I mean, it's interesting just to think about the future of Call of Duty right now because it is going to be on the Xbox One, and the whole scare that having to have the Connect with it and having to be connected to online every 24 hours, stuff like that kind of scares us. But more so than that is I'm scared of what Infinity Ward is going to offer us. I mean, they did say today on the Twitch, and I think they said yesterday also that they got esports on the mind, this and that. But didn't we hear that at the beginning of Modern Warfare 3 also? And it took them 6 months to get us even land setting or land capability for that. So I mean, yes, they did say that, but words mean very little to me coming from Infinity Ward because of their track record.
Supporting esports could mean they left the league play menu in.
Yeah, like they left league
Esports,
play.
right?
Yeah, like they left
That
league
had
play.
esports.
Yeah, they left league play, and they're
got
gonna bring
host COD champs.
Codcaster. Yeah, the host COD champs bring Codcaster back. You know, that's about it. Like, that's
We
all that
Battlefield-
tells me.
Battlefield 4 is a nice little codcaster mode. I'm just saying.
Dude, what about Titanfall, man? That shit looks
I like
bomb.
that game. When
And
I was speaking
and
about that,
it's
imagine trying to
focused.
cast-
Titanfall is just totally focused on multiplayer too. There's no campaign. It's just multiplayer. Like
Yeah.
that's what I was saying that like a week. I was like, dude, if we need a game, if we want to take console esports to the next level, we need a game that's just completely focused on multiplayer with no campaign. That's what we need. And the
know,
fact that Titanfall is made from the creators of the Call of Duty like actual
And Call
series.
of Duty, I think, had a huge advantage in this generation of games because it ran so smooth. Like it was
Yeah.
so easy for people to pick up and play because it was so smooth. Like it just feels really good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Need Rainbow
That is the
Six
biggest
as well.
attraction. Like, I mean, because Battlefield, all the battlefields before you feel you're like clunky, dude. You're like
Yeah.
you're just walking around, barely moving. I mean, I
I
know
mean-
Battlefield's just a weird.
Clearly, they've all been seeing what the Call of Duty franchise is doing with like COD championships and all different types of events. So you know everybody's going to try and dip into that a little bit. And you notice like a lot of the first-person shooters are making a point that they all run at 60 frames.
Yep.
Battlefield 4 said they run at 60 frames. Halo 5, the first thing they said, they didn't even talk about anything. They mentioned that it runs at 60 frames. And you got to
Wait,
remember,
crucial.
did that trailer actually have everyone else? Because when they showed that, I thought it was something completely different.
no, I knew it was kind of Halo. I felt like it was
I thought
Halo.
that was Destiny. I legit
Yeah, I
thought it
thought
was
it was
Destiny.
Destiny.
Then bam, the mask came off. Master Chief.
Yeah, I
saw
know
the
with
dude,
the
like, walk
busted
through
up
the different
mat, with the
shit.
busted up like helmet and everything, dude. It's like, what is that? But when I saw that trailer, I was, what's this gonna be about?
Yeah.
I have no
They
idea
didn't
how they're
even-
gonna
They didn't
continue
even
it.
explain the story. They basically said like, you have the show with
Jeez.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah,
Halo 5 is coming and running at 60 frames per second.
that's all that
You
matters.
gotta remember that Bravo from he coached like Triggers Down. He coached a bunch of
Yeah,
teams for Halo.
Yeah.
He's now working directly with 343, advising them.
I mean,
So-
he's essentially Halo's Hastro. I mean,
right.
if you
So
want
you
to
know,
think of it.
so you know, Halo is going to make a big push again.
They need to make a very big push though, because I'm sorry, Halo is dead right
Oh,
now. Like
oh,
I don't care,
yeah.
I don't care what you guys think. Like you Halo guys out there, if there's any of you watching, I'm sorry, you guys are dead.
Look
Like,
how many viewers
Reach
the
killed
stream
Halo.
has.
like you guys are DED dead. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. And unless this game comes out and it just absolutely, it literally has to blow away
has to be
Titanfall,
really
Call
good.
of Duty. I mean, you have to have developer support behind it. You have to have the money behind it, and you have to have the tools at hand to actually put on a stream for the damn game, which Halo really never has had. I mean, Halo has always been a bitch to stream. So I mean, they totally have to revamp their game to even give Halo a chance. And I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think.
And,
I think we should just all play the crew.
yeah, the crew. I mean, the,
The
crew
crew?
is kind of dope.
Dude,
Yeah.
the
I think,
division, the division, man. That's what everyone's going
Personally,
to the
I
division.
mean, the division's gonna be sick. I'm kind of upset they scrapped Rainbow Six and took all that stuff and put it
Yeah.
into the division.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's gonna be sick.
What happened to Rainbow Six? Did they just completely decide to
Yeah,
not do it?
What happened?
Dude, Rainbow Six Vegas 2 sucked. That's what
What
happened.
happened is
Yeah.
actually no.
They put
The
Spirit in.
sales for Vegas 1 and Vegas 2 were really good.
Yeah, they were good, but
Thing
the
is-
game
is-
sucked.
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you why the game sucked.
Sprinting.
After Black Arrow, they started making a really good Rainbow Six. It was kind of Black Arrow style. It was going to come out for 360, and they released Vegas 1 and Vegas 2 just as like fillers for times for the series. And those games ended up selling really well.
Dude, Vegas 1,
They were like-
awesome. That got me into competitive
yeah,
gaming.
Vegas 1 was
Who got
awesome.
it? Like,
COD 4, then I got into COD from COD 4, but then Vegas 2 came out. I was so excited for Vegas 2. I was like, yes, I'm going back to Vegas. I'm going to play Vegas. And the game
Then
sucked.
It tried to be Call of Duty. It sucked.
Yes.
But what happened was is they both sold really well. So then Ubisoft was like, well, fuck. We made these two games that everyone likes, and now we're going to release one that's exactly like the one from like 6 years ago. So they scrapped it completely, and they started making a new one. And it was the one that it was on the cover of like Game Informer. It was a
Patriots.
yeah, Patriots. I mean, I spoke to them. I gave them a few ideas, and then I think just internally that they just kind of divided. But you saw a lot of the stuff that they were using in Patriots in the Division like gameplay.
All right, fair play.
So I'm guessing it spawned off in the 2 games. Eventually, you're going to see another Rainbow Six. It's too big of a franchise to.
Yeah,
Massive.
it is.
But I think you're going to see Battlefield make a crazy push towards Call of Duty.
I mean, yeah. I mean, kind of like what's going on between Xbox and PlayStation right now is kind of what's going on between Battlefield and Call of Duty. Like, they're both like fighting each other for that next title coming out for the crown.
Did you
And-
guys see Call of Duty? Not Call of Duty's. Obviously, you've seen Call of Duty's, but Battlefield's Codcaster mode.
No, I haven't. I haven't been watching Battlefield that much.
They had like they have the 24 hours. Well, that's not 24 hours. It was like the whole weekend was a stream with Golden Boy and Dunn casting.
Yeah, I saw
And-
parts of that.
I mean, it's pretty sick. I mean, you bring up the map and it's got like a little like side-scrolling like.
But you know, the thing with
scenes and everything.
Battlefield though is that it's tailored towards a very large teams, and that was
No,
the
I
main
don't-
problem.
No,
That-
they play in the EU. They play competitive squad rush, which is 4 on 4. They close the map.
yeah,
down
the squad rush, but that's the only game type. There's only one game type.
You know, the only thing about
All you really
Battlefield.
need.
Dude, but that honestly, I don't know. We're used to having multiple game types. To tell you the truth, I think it'd be just having one game type with maybe 5 different maps. That would get extremely boring to watch.
Yeah, but it
Well,
would be. It'd be like 20 different maps.
Yeah, DICE has obviously been making moves to find maps that are a bit more compressed and smaller. Like, for example, I'm sure a lot of people that played Battlefield, even if it was only for a little bit, they released the Close Quarters DLC. So they're, after that, they could kind of judge based off the response if that's something that they should pursue. So they already have the maps nailed down. I'm sure that now they're going to start working on adapting those game types to the smaller maps
Yeah.
that could potentially be used in competitive.
Well, I know that those close quarters maps are pretty badass. I actually
That game
played Battlefield.
that game was really good. It just felt clunky and it just had some issues with their online layout.
Honestly, the only reason I bought Battlefield 3 though is because Virgin Gaming was supposed to host a $1.6 million tournament for it. That's the only reason I bought it. I grinded that
Virgin
game for like
Gaming is
3 months, and then
watching.
I was like, "Fuck, this ain't happening. I'm
Anyone from
out."
Virgin Gaming or EA is watching. You owe me a cut of whatever the first place prize would have been. 'Cause
Oh yeah, right. Didn't you say
I
that
don't
for?
remember that, yeah.
You said that for COD Champs too. Come
I
on.
never
You
said
you
that for
think
COD
you think
Champs.
you're a
I never-
cross-platform professional
I
player?
never
You
said that
ain't
for COD
nothing. Go back to Rainbow
I
Six,
honestly
dude.
think Rainbow Six was one of my worst games on console.
As he says,
mean-
winning MLGs.
Yeah, you just say that.
It was only because MLG picked it up. So I mean, I was like, screw it, I'm gonna play.
I remember when I was trying to get a team once back in the day to fly over to MLG when I was like 16 or 17, play Vegas.
Yeah,
We were gonna get funded by Reason Gaming, who was such a huge PC org back then. And then like 4 weeks before, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're not paying." Like, "Ah, cheers."
I was
really
playing
did.
Gears of War, and what happened is MLG announced Rainbow Six for the circuit and not Gears, so I was like, well, shit, I guess I'll just pick it up. And then I won like everything, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not going back to Gears for Gears 2.
Envy shots.
I mean, there is going to be a huge fight for the next competitive title on these next gen consoles. I mean, all these companies are kind of getting into the esports groove, and I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. Just because
The only
I mean,
thing
just
COD have is they've done it first, so they've
yeah.
got
They,
got the
I
head
mean,
start.
they've got the audience, they've got the money, they've got the hype all
So
around
it's
it
a bit
already.
like if
so-
you want to
Yeah.
the title above us, like you're gonna have to prove yourselves. We've already proved ourselves before you. So.
But I mean, putting the future of esports for Call of Duty in the hands of Infinity Ward is what scares me the most.
Mhm.
And I'm just saying that because they always talk a huge game. They always do. They're known for that. Every year they talk a huge game to us, the competitive community, and then they never deliver on it. So I mean, maybe this is maybe
yeah.
Treyarch
Infinity Ward
and everything.
I mean, it would just be better for Call of Duty if, like, Unreal Tournament and Championship work. Like, one is like more of a competitive, and the other is more of a
Yeah.
Yeah.
open. If like Treyarch made the competitive version of Call of Duty, made it a little bit harder, not as much auto aim, just made it more structured core competitive, and released that every year. Then Infinity Ward releases their more single player, online, like easy to play every other year too. you could literally play the Treyarch game till the next one comes out if you're into competitive, or you can just, if you're a casual person, just play the other one all the way through.
I don't know.
I mean, they would never do that because then you're cutting your money in half.
Right.
Yeah.
But
This is the
Maybe
good thing
if there was
about
someone
owning a
besides
dog and not playing the game anymore. I can go and play whatever games I want, and these bastards. Don't play.
Right?
yeah,
I don't even own that game anymore.
It's just.
I would say
I'm gonna have my
games that I've
eyes
had the
open.
most-
I'm gonna have my eyes
games
open
I've
for
had the
Titanfall.
most fun competing on console haven't even been the ones that have been picked up on circuits or for money. For some reason, MLG or just circuits don't want to pick up some of these other games.
I mean, you gotta look at. I mean, how many players they host online at any
Planet
given
side.
time. I mean, you gotta look at the money behind it, all that. There's a lot of factors that go into picking a game.
No,
Seen the new game MLG have signed a contract with?
Well, I mean, they're not gonna
Oh,
pick up a
Infinity-
game that's not gonna get viewers.
Infinite Crisis.
Mini Crisis, yeah. Well, yeah, now it's all about viewers, but I'm convinced that, like, goes back to what me and Nate Shot were kind of talking about the other day on Twitter, where I said he can go play any game and his viewers will follow him.
Who?
Like, the viewers aren't tied to Call of Duty anymore; they're tied to the.
Dude, I
personality
highly
of
doubt
Call of
that. All right, dude, I would run a
Yeah.
test then.
He had 7,000 viewers watch him play Battlefield 3 last night.
Did he?
It,
Yeah,
it happens with like, all the League of Legends players anyway. Like, the Boy was streaming at 32k viewers, and he was playing a mini game for 45 minutes, and his viewers kept going up. And up.
yeah.
He was playing a little mini game.
Yeah, no, but that's because but that's because they know they're going back to their original game in some time. Like
The
honestly,
thing is, like,
if Nate Shot said today, I am quitting Call of Duty and I am putting all my time into Battlefield 4 and starts playing Battlefield 3 till Battlefield 4 comes out, I guarantee his viewership and freaking fans and everything drop considerably.
Those guys want to watch him stream himself sleeping, dude. They'll watch
Honestly,
him play anything.
I don't know, dude. I don't agree with that. I don't think so.
It's like, well, look at Ogre 2. The few times that
Although I
Call
do,
of Duty, all his viewers
Yeah,
from
but
Halo came and watched.
yeah, that's Ogre 2 though.
Yeah, but
Nate Shot.
but it's
I
Nate
know.
Shot. That's what I'm saying. Like
Dude, but Ogre
Nate Shot
2
got, like,
2 was by
40.
far like the king of Halo. I mean, he kind of has a following no matter where he's gonna go. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but that's like
Hey.
Nate Shot's kind of the king of Call of Duty. He would have a following.
not by tournament wins or anything, just by YouTube and his personality.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
exactly,
it.
it's his personality.
Yeah, it's his personality. They'll follow him wherever he goes. That's the point I'm
A
trying to
fair
make.
amount of cash winnings as well, doesn't he?
I mean,
Like-
if
Although
it was
I will
about
say, I
two
will
months-
say, I will say though that whenever Nate Shot streams and he gets all those viewers, then when he turns his stream off, dude, I swear his streamers just go to sleep themselves too, or his viewers
Yeah.
just go to sleep with them.
That's what I'm saying. They don't
It's
go to
crazy.
anybody else's stream.
They don't.
They would watch him. They would watch him play anything. If he went and played, I don't know what other shooting games people. I guess like let's say there was a Battlefield Squad Rush tournament or something, and he said he was going to stream and play in it. I guarantee you he would have his 7,000 to 8,000 viewers.
Most of his fans are clearly not necessarily esports supporters, but just Nate Shot
No.
supporters. You know, it's the whole
Yeah,
personality.
but
thing.
they're
That's
also
it.
Call of Duty supporters too. I mean, all he does is Call of Duty on his YouTube channel. I mean, all he does is play Call of Duty every day.
Well, yeah, so that's how they find out about him.
Yeah, somebody said that. Somebody tweeted me that Nate Shot was playing Naruto and had 5K viewers. Playing
I
Naruto. Telling you, man, they'll watch.
Pencil.
Point is that like the players on Call of Duty have like grown into such personalities that they're not tied to Call of Duty anymore. Like if another game comes along that's better, and it might, let's say the developers. I mean, if a whole competitive community moved over to another game, you'd get the developers' attention, and you would get
Because it's a
what you wanted
competitor
out of
that
it.
you're moving toward. They have
mean-
to pay attention.
I don't know. My eye's gonna be on
have to.
Titanfall for the next competitive game for console.
Yeah,
honestly,
I think if Infinity Ward screw up, I think that's what we'll be playing.
that's what it's gonna be because it's from the guys from Infinity Ward that actually created like COD 4 and the whole
That
series.
game's not
and
gonna.
they
They
left.
never announced a release date for that.
No, they haven't.
You know when they showed
It's
like
like
the
2014.
you know the Microsoft when they first showed Titanfall, it we were literally talking about it, like in a Skype chat. Like, imagine trying to cast that. It looks so fast. I just won't be able to speed that fast.
It looks awesome. It looks like Unreal or like MechAssault. It looks pretty sweet.
It looks fun to play. It's 100% multiplayer.
Online.
You have two of the old co-founders of Infinity Ward that went and made their own company to make this game. I mean, they know how to make a multiplayer game. They know how to make a good game. I mean, they made COD 4, which is the game that we all always like think about. We're very nostalgic about because we all loved COD 4 and how it played. So I mean, we just have all this stuff in our minds about the people behind Titanfall.
You know they're keeping a close eye on what Call of Duty's doing too.
Oh yeah, for
They used
sure.
to work there, so they see the
Does anyone,
esports.
does anyone know the reasons why they left Infinity Ward to go on their own? Like,
No.
They got in trouble. What were they doing? Oh,
wasn't
we're trying to move. Were they trying to move the franchise to EA?
Oh
We're
really?
working out a new deal with EA. They ended up.
okay.
Did they make one of the Medal of Honors? I think they might have made or helped make one of the new Medal of Honors.
They helped make one of them, yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
granted, everyone's gonna have their own opinion about Titanfall. The only reason I like Titanfall is because the people behind it were behind COD 4. So honestly, like, it may look bad to you guys, it may not. I mean, it looks fun as hell to play to me. I mean,
think
honestly.
the Division will be interesting, and Destiny's going to be great too. We haven't even talked about Destiny.
Yeah, I know, but Destiny's got like
Exactly.
warlocks and shit, dude, doesn't it? Doesn't it have like a little magical
it's
part to
it's
it
class
too?
based, dude. Nah.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, come on.
I mean, imagine
know,
it would be like
man.
if Borderlands had like PvP. It would be pretty
It'd
sweet.
be amazing.
That's what
Yeah,
Destiny's gonna be.
Borderlands would be
had
fun
PvP.
actually, dude. Borderlands would be fun as hell if it had.
That would be, and it would have
Yeah.
so many different build-ups between players and guns. It would be so complicated. It would be so awesome to play.
A game that's similar to Destiny that's out right now is Defiance. It's an MMORPG. It's for Xbox, PC. I've been playing a lot of that.
And it
with
has
my
a
friends.
show along with it too.
Yeah.
Although the show kind of sucks. I tried to watch it, I couldn't.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And it's on sci-fi. I mean, that should be
Yeah.
saying enough.
I know the actors they get for those sci-fi, man, dude. Some of them are absolutely great, but most of them are duds. I tell you what, it's hard for me
Yeah.
to watch anything on that channel. But anyways, go on. Little side note.
The Division's gonna be sick too. There's a ton of shooting games that.
There are a ton of freaking FPS games coming out that are gonna try and trump COD. COD's really like there's a lot on Infinity Ward right now. I mean,
If Ghost kind of doesn't meet the requirements of the community,
Got a dog
and
though. Got a dog.
everything.
dude, it
Yeah,
has
dog.
Riley, man. It has Riley.
I
that's
don't
all
think
I
you can
know.
rival a dog unless you put like an elephant in there or something.
Honestly, like
Or a dog.
who honestly wanted to know the name of the dog? Anybody? Anybody in here? I mean, honestly, like, was it that big of a deal? Like, no, it wasn't.
I don't
We
know.
want to see gameplay. We don't want to see your cinematic trailers. We don't want to see your already played, like, recorded play of the campaign. We want to see somebody actually play the damn game in real time. Like, that's what I want
Mostly
to see.
they're not showing anything from multiplayer till like August.
Yeah, I wonder why.
That's what I heard.
Like, you had Battlefield 4 streaming their multiplayer gameplay pre-beta phase, dude. Like, this is like alpha phase, whatever they were
Running
saying.
alpha. At
Yeah, they're
60
running.
frames a
Yes,
second.
and they are
Indestructible
having.
skyscrapers.
I know, right? And they're having just people walk up, play it, like 64 people at a time, playing their game multiplayer, getting the feedback from the people, what they liked, what they didn't like. This is what the developers should be doing. Like, Battlefield's doing it right, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
So the thing is, the reason you're not going to see it till August is because they want to do exactly what they did last year and put it at Gamescom. That's in August.
yeah, probably.
But it's not going to work this year. Well, it might not. It depends how MLG falls because Gamescom is a different weekend than it is normally. So it could literally fall right near MLG. And they won't get pro players to go and do it. Like they
Or
did
it
last
could
year.
happen at an MLG event. Didn't they? They had a Halo 4
Yeah, they had their
Yeah.
Halo 4
free thing at
crap.
an MLG event. They
I don't know. I think.
But I mean,
think
talking
they-
about MLG though, it's a whole nother thing with MLG having to fork over all the cash to get all new Xbox Ones.
So does EGL.
You
Well,
know, each-
Xbox One has to be on. It has to connect to the internet at least once every 24 hours to work.
Yeah.
It'll be funny if VGO bought a new Xbox before they paid people.
Oh,
They've
who
been
knows
saving
how
up
that'll
all the
work.
money.
I know, right? That's
Now it's
since
Yeah.
EGL2, man. They've
got
been paying
the funds.
people out. They've been planning that far ahead. That's a good business plan right there. Yeah. Get all your attendees pissed off at you until the new console comes out, and then you're the only event organizer that has new consoles. There you go. There you go. That's their business plan. Now we
Yeah,
get
the
it.
Xbox One is going to be a pain in the ass to work with for LANs.
I know, but didn't they already? I mean, COD Champs next year is going to be on Xbox One.
Yeah, but that you're only talking how many stations that we had.
No, but
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. Like the $1 million tournament for Call of Duty is
Sure.
going to be on Xbox One. Like that's the whole
Yeah.
thing. So I mean, it's a trickle down effect. I mean, everyone's going to want to play on the Xbox One Call of Duty because that's what the $1 million tournament's played on. So all of the other events are going to have to get the Xbox Ones.
I don't know about you guys, but I know people saying PS3, but I was never gonna buy a PS4. I'm always gonna buy an Xbox One.
Yeah.
And I was probably going to
Like-
get both.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said that about getting a PS3 and an Xbox 360, and I just never got a PS3. I just didn't see the point in it.
I got a PS3 after we filmed the show for EA. They told us to get one, but that was because
You buy this
we were
because
supposed to-
you
we were
buy
supposed
this
to
because
have-
you on this show.
Well, we kind of got led under the impression that we were going to play a tournament on PS3, but obviously a tournament never happened.
Yep. Yep. I don't know, it's gonna be
Attitude
also.
following too. It kind of
Another thing to think about is, I mean, Treyarch introduced us to the 10-point system in Black Ops 2. We're not going to have that in Ghost. Like, how different is that going to change everything up?
Right.
Like, you're not going to have that extra meta game behind everything with systems and stuff
Go
like
back to
that.
gun skill.
You're just gonna
How are the score streaks in?
you're just gonna have to go back to 3
Infinity
perks
Ward ones.
and a nade, a stun. I don't
Wait,
know.
have they actually
That's a gun
confirmed
skill.
that?
No, I don't. No, they haven't confirmed it, but I mean that was like Treyarch's one of
Yeah,
Treyarch's
I don't
babies.
think you'll see the 10-point system.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
just assume that they wouldn't bring it over. I mean, hopefully they'll think of something innovative on their. Never mind, it's
Yeah.
Infinity Ward. Go on.
Go back to simple UAV.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna.
Airstrike.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to. It's gonna be
Something really
UAV,
sad about,
airstrike, and
Star Wars
helicopter.
Battlefront.
And
You guys ever played
helicopter.
the other Star Wars Battlefront games? Those games
Yeah.
are dope.
Oh
That's
my
a
gosh, I
sick
got
game
so
too.
psyched when I see that. What? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I hope they make a
Battlefront
move.
2.
to-
Alright, how can you
Like
say
the
the 10-point
original
system
Xbox?
didn't change anything? That's just a dumb comment. How
Can you say what?
the 10-point system didn't change anything? Are you serious? You had the choice to do anything you wanted with your class. You weren't set to having to have a pistol or
Yeah.
have a nade or have a stun. You could have more than 3 perks at a
That was the
time.
only
You
thing I
could,
liked about it, that you didn't have to have a pistol.
yeah. I mean, it changed everything.
That's the other thing. This kind of relates back to what we were talking about as far as banning a lot of stuff and there being counters for everything. Is that since we have the 10-point system in the game, that kind of allows us to have a little bit more stuff that we have to deal with, like not have to ban things because we have more opportunities to have a lot of counters on one class. Whereas with the traditional custom class system, we don't have that kind of freedom.
Yeah. We have no
So-
freedom.
What are the game modes going to be like in Ghost? Because
Yeah,
Hard
I remember
point's
someone
gonna-
like what hard
Yep.
point's not going to be back probably, so it's going to go back. Maybe they'll do something with sabotage. That's a game type that a lot of people liked back in COD 4 days. If they can get everything right with it, I mean maybe sabotage, maybe demolition. I mean who knows? It all depends how the game plays out once the game's released.
If they don't have a lot of tall buildings on the maps, and if they have grenades that work like they did in Black Ops 1 where they throw far and they're super effective, I think Domination would be a pretty nice game type to have
so
back.
hold on.
Yeah, domination.
IGN put a video up. I don't know how long ago it is, but it was today about COD Ghosts with multiplayer and player customization and dynamic maps. That's what they spoke about with multiplayer.
That's on IGN.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. I'll just give you like a little rundown of what they're saying, but the description for multiplayer is just dynamic maps and player customization. It's really all they're talking about.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be posted up somewhere and some dude just like grenade through a wall and pop out the other side and shoot me in the ass.
pretty fun.
What?
I don't know. Changes the meta. You're all on about changing the meta of a game. Why not throw grenades through walls?
Because that's too much Battlefield for me, bro. I'd just go play Battlefield if I wanted dynamic maps like that, or wanted destructible maps like that.
So
because they're obviously better at it. They've been doing it longer.
Talking about is that the maps aren't destructible.
No, they're not
but
destructible.
They're interactive. So think of like Hydro when the water comes up and like the train.
Oh, I know one thing that they said. One thing they were saying during one of the various showcases of that 10-minute little video they just keep playing over and over and over again for Call of Duty Ghosts. The guy said that there are like not interactive but dynamic like cover. So like you would be
a small cover system.
Yeah, you'd be behind cover somewhere, and then it would change, and so like you might be at a head wall, but then all of a sudden half your body's showing, stuff like that. So that might make it a little more interesting.
Yeah, so you can lean and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, they put some Rainbow Six in there where you could get behind cover and lean out.
Nobody ever used it though in Rainbow Six.
Yeah,
you did.
It's like dead. Nah, I would just third person a wall, and then as soon as they come out,
you would never.
person.
Yeah, you would
the
third person.
The thing is, you lean against it, but
cheating.
not right against it. You move the bit of things, so you can still see round, but you weren't around the end.
Yeah.
I think that would be like. I think that leaning in Ghosts, I think that's going to be like the next snaking glitch, where like they just lean for a split second, shoot you, and then ping jar you to death. Basically, you just don't even see them. I think that might be a flaw, because we all know how broken the cameras are in Call of Duty.
Yeah, but that really just, I mean, the broken camera thing wasn't really that bad until Black Ops 2. And when you go back and play the other games, honestly, you can still tell it's there, but not as prevalent as it was in Black Ops 2.
People didn't do as many videos on it as they do now.
That might be true, too.
People didn't know as much as they do now.
I think everybody's more educated now than they were about everything. So basically, she only talked about how, like, trains are just going to run around the map. They're like floods, and then that you're going to be able to make your character look different.
Yeah, but didn't we...
Is this in Ghost?
we disabled all that dynamic bullshit in Black Ops 2, though, with the train on Express and all that other crap. And the cargoes on whatever cargo, I think the map is actually car. The cargo holds on cargo, and then all that other shit.
Imagine with dynamic maps you can't change it, like 1v1. Like, last round of S&D, COD champs, and a log falls on someone's head.
A fucking log, dude. I would die.
I actually don't know what to do.
How ridiculous like that is. We're talking about like a game we might be considered playing competitive, and we're worried about logs randomly falling down and killing somebody.
You say that now. Just imagine.
Well, dude, I remember like I actually. No, on Express, dude, this is a prime example. Just from playing League play and not playing pubs at all for the longest time, I actually went back and played some pubs for the first time a couple weeks ago, and it was on Express, and I forgot that train actually came out and could kill you. I couldn't tell you how many times I died. I died like 5 times to the damn train, posted up on center tracks. Like, it's just shit like that you don't think about. But that'd be...
see that Ghost. Like,
could you imagine?
1v3 in finals against Complexity, going for the ninja defuse. Oh no, the log!
Taken out by a fucking flood or something like that.
Like, dude.
Just imagine, like, we'll joke about not imagine what you do.
Yeah.
Dude, I would straight up, I would be pissed. Could you imagine? Oh my god.
Trying to head glitch something, and then like the game like contextually leans me out into the middle of nowhere. Like.
That's pretty much would be like the first COD XP when Ego got a care package and got Juggernaut in it against Infused.
Yep.
2-1 down on CTF with like 45 seconds left. One person who gets a Juggernaut, Ego, and just
dude,
runs.
honestly, that Modern Warfare 3 XP thing was the funniest shit ever to watch. Just like no rules, just full on pub settings, TDM, all that shit, dude. Just looking at all the crap they pulled out. Dude, that was funny as hell.
Shay's in the chat. He was the victim of Ego's Juggernaut.
Yeah.
He knows about.
Oh man, when Ego places that high in a tournament, you know something's wrong.
45 seconds away from going to the
I think I saw somebody tweet that they're doing another COD XP. You?
Yeah, I saw that shit too.
See, I heard
a COD XP and a COD Champs. So,
I heard that pretty much COD Champs was going to be at the start of the years, and COD XPs were going to be to like promote the new game, like they did.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3.
It's like,
Yo, I
that's
don't
why
care, dude. They better make another paintball arena then mapped out like
is.
a.
I think
that'd
that's
be
why they were being
badass.
so specific. Like when people were calling COD Champs like COD XP2, they were like, it's not COD
Yeah,
XP2.
they were when
Not
they made
COD
that a
XP2.
point when we were there. I remember I
They
said
were-
in one
yeah.
of my interviews that like I was there for COD XP. She's like, no, it's COD Championships.
They were like, this isn't an expo. This is a COD
Like, what the
Championship.
fuck is that? I was like, what the fuck's the difference? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I was like, I don't
It's more
play
like
this.
you're like, more like the COD XP is more like an expo where people can go like.
It was so funny when we were doing our interviews for COD Championships. We're sitting in the room, and I think Tom was being interviewed. And they were like, "What do you like about Call of Duty?" And like, he just sat there, and like, we all just started laughing, and like, and we were like, and he was like,
I'm
"I
a
don't know."
Halo
Like,
player.
He's like, "What do I say?" Like, and I was like, "I don't know."
I'm a Halo
And I
player.
think,
I don't really do this.
I think Brett was like, "Tell him about the frame rate," and Tom's like, "I really love the frame rate. The game was like really, really smooth." He didn't use that.
Dude, I could just picture him though. If I was him, I'd just be like, I play Halo. I'm just here because it's $1 million
Yeah.
tournament, and I made it in. So I
Yeah.
was.
That's pretty
funny
much
as
what we
shit.
were like. We were like, yeah, we don't know what we're doing. We don't play this.
I don't know. Next year is gonna be interesting for Call of Duty and what's gonna happen for
Yeah.
the console esports scene. I mean, because
I mean-
Titanfall's on the PC also, so I mean
Yeah.
the FPS could just go PC and there could be no console at all anymore for esports.
Well, it depends how difficult really the systems are to work with in person.
Yeah.
To use, I mean, the PlayStation 4 seems pretty straightforward. It doesn't need to have anything else connected, but I mean, the Xbox has to check in and all this other stuff. I mean, for COD Championships, it's easy because you're setting up let's say, I think it was 5 stations, so it's 8 at each one, 40 Xbox. That's not too big of a deal. But if you're MLG, you need like 300 Xboxes, all with Kinects attached. Then you got to go and disable Kinect functions. You have to make sure all of those are connected to the internet so they can log
Yeah,
in
but
every
Wi-Fi,
night.
dude.
Yeah, but you can't run. Well, then everybody's connected to the internet, so then people get like DDoS the event, right?
Oh shit.
And then there's that whole thing with
Oh,
use game
man.
discs for Xbox One, so it's either you gotta buy each game individually, download them onto the systems, or you have to make sure the same disc is going into the same.
Yeah, no,
Xbox
but you gotta
One.
think. I mean, with Activision supporting
whole-
esports the way they are, there would be something going on there with MLG and everything. I mean, just look at how closely Treyarch and MLG work together with the COD Champs thing and all that shit. I mean, Activision's in all that.
They never. MLG works. They don't work really close to the.
Well, not really close, but
Oh,
at
there is-
least there's something going on there. You know what I mean?
I mean, they definitely have a little bit of insight on how the game's gonna work, but this is something more with Microsoft. I don't really think they have much of a.
I'm saying
Deal with
game-wise. I'm saying
Microsoft.
price-wise. I'm saying like unit-wise. Like something might be going something. Maybe I'm being too optimistic here.
He might be, because didn't they play? They played Black Ops 1.
This is
on
not my
PS3,
style.
right?
This is not my style to be optimistic.
They played Black Ops 1 on PS3. I remember,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they did. But I mean, honestly, but then that goes back to me saying COD Champs is going to be played on Xbox One. So
Yeah, that could just be a Microsoft-sponsored tournament. Microsoft sponsoring it, of course, it's going to be played on Xbox One.
no, I know it's presented by Xbox.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If the biggest tournament for the damn game is being played on the Xbox, that would trickle down to the smaller companies to play it on the Xbox as well.
Hmm.
I mean, could you, dude? Okay, so you're gonna buy an Xbox One
COD
to.
XP, what was COD XP played on for? Was it Black Ops 1 that they played COD XP?
No, it was Modern Warfare 3.
Oh.
That was on the.
That was on
360.
Xbox, yeah.
360? Oh, there was nothing like that for.
But
Black
there was
Ops 1, probably.
MW3 like kind of ruined COD for a whole year though. So
Yeah.
we made strides
Only-
with Black Ops 1, and then MW3 came out with no LAN capability. GG
How do you
COD.
do that?
GG COD, dude. It's Infinity Ward, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Freaking.
That's the way they were in MW2 as well. I remember.
Yeah, 402.
Golden Boy was talking to Robert Bowling or 402 before the game was being released, and he just kind of had a light question about esports, like are there going to be LAN capabilities, and we can kind of go from there. He's like, oh yeah, there's LAN built into it right when the game gets dropped. No
Yeah.
LAN.
0 LAN. It took them 6 months to even get it to us.
that's not very good.
That's what I'm
So we're
saying. Like
kinda
just by them saying that yes, esports isn't going anywhere, that means shit to me, dude. Until I actually see some multiplayer play and the game actually gets released with everything we need to keep Call of Duty esports growing the way it is. So I mean,
Well,
the fact that
esports isn't going anywhere, and then the
Yeah.
only two things they can tell you about multiplayer is that they're going to have logs falling from the river, and
Yeah.
that you can customize your character.
yeah, that's it.
One other thing that actually I looked up that thing that you had watched, Matt, from IGN, and another thing that they had mentioned actually was that in regards to the maps, none of them are going to be symmetrical, or maybe like one or two. But other than that, it's like all going to be different. So the regular kind of map style that us competitive players like, because especially when Black Ops 2 was rolling around, a lot of competitive COD players, the pro players, were saying that they wanted symmetrical maps because that just, it helps out a lot. The game flows a lot better on that. And that's been shown throughout all the Call of Duties. So this is, that's just kind of an example where Infinity Ward's going against the grain of competitive Call of Duty again, as far as the map. So if they're doing it with the maps and, the feel of it and what the competitive players clearly want, it's just another example of we can't really trust.
Treyarch like put itself out there with bringing Hastro on as their esports advisor, whatever the hell title they gave him. I mean, they brought him on to show the competitive community that they did have us on their minds. I mean, we had Hastro there. We had someone that we know and can talk to at their offices, kind of playing that advisory role to esports.
Right.
Did Infinity Ward do anything like that? No.
No.
Dude, when are we gonna get a first C multiplayer? August, a month before the game's released. Oh, that's cool! Yay! That means anything we tell you that's wrong with it, you're not gonna be able to change or really do anything about it. I mean, so essentially, you're just gonna offer us a game with multiplayer that we have no idea what it's gonna be. And if something's wrong with it a month before release, then you're not gonna have time to fix it. So we're basically stuck with another Modern Warfare 3 without LAN capabilities for 6 months, and then COD's dead again. So I'm switching to Titanfall, Destiny. I'm buying everything.
Division.
Division.
I'm telling you, I think Titanfall and the Division will be really, really good.
Or if for some reason we just stick on Black Ops 2 and stay on the 360.
They say that every year. I remember when MW3 dropped, everyone's like, "Oh, let's go back to Black Ops 1." Yeah, that obviously never happened. Like every single year, that's what people say. But we're never gonna repeat a COD twice unless Ghost is just the complete butt cheeks Magunda of Call of Duty. I don't really see us.
Yeah, but then who would want to watch Black Ops 2 again when all these crazy next-gen games are? It would never happen.
Yeah. I don't know.
Problem is, if you went back to the old games, you're not going to get developer support on old games, so you kind of shoot yourself in the foot. You kind of have to go with them. You kind of, in a sense, you kind of blackmailed into
you have no developer support, so you might as well go back to the old game with no developer support. At least it was a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, in regards to just a short thought on competitive Call of Duty and if it's going to be a sustainable game for esports in the future, I really don't see us and our community shifting over to another game unless every single professional player, professional team, and professional organization that's been involved in Call of Duty over the past several years basically boycotts it and just switches over to another game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're never going to get anything done because
if nobody has the. I mean, I don't think anybody in Call of Duty really has the balls to do that.
Exactly, and the money's here in Call of Duty anyway.
No balls.
Are you doing it
COD
just for the
community, you have
money,
no
though?
balls. No balls.
I mean, there are so many people
No,
in
I
Call of
agree,
Duty
dude. I agree.
that have their voice has such a larger platform that they can use it to literally move a mass amount of people. That it's almost a disservice for them to just keep kind of washing all these problems to the side, because eventually it's just gonna come back.
I mean, the other thing you got to look at too is that if if the competitive Call of Duty moves over to Xbox One. I mean, Xbox One comes out at the end of November, so most kids in this community don't have a job, or at least a decent job that they'll be able to afford to buy a brand new Xbox One when it's first released. So there's going to be a month-long hiatus there where only really the top players in Call of Duty will have the Xbox to even play competitively. So there's gonna be a large stunt, whatever you want to say, on our community that just aren't playing. You know what I mean? Like, that's another thing to look at.
Interest in those other games that it'll also take away stream views from people that play Call of Duty too. Because right now, I mean, what can you watch on console as a shooting game? I mean, obviously nobody's watching anything Halo, but I mean, there's really nothing that could rival Call of Duty.
And then
I
the
guarantee
PS4.
you'd be interested to check out like a Titanfall stream or like a Destiny stream.
Yeah, and then the
Like a
PS4
Division
though,
stream.
like the PS4 is launched the 31st of December, right? That's what I saw somewhere.
I thought it was getting
no,
launched.
I think that's just a date.
December?
That's just a date they
No,
just
wait.
throw in there.
It's a
When
dummy
did you-
date. Yeah.
All right, that's what I was thinking. I was like, why would you do that after Christmas?
Yeah, I
There's
ain't picking mine on that
dummy
day.
date.
so
That's
yeah.
what I figured. Yeah, I was like, there's no way that's right.
Sony, I'll be out getting drunk. I ain't picking mine on that
I
day.
heard Sony were doing it in September.
No, it'll probably be around the same time in November.
There was one PS4 game that was releasing in October, and I believe it was Division. And I believe it's like the 25th of October. We had talked about this earlier, Diesel, when we were in the Razor. And so if it's coming out in October, Division's only for new-gen consoles. It's not for any of the previous ones.
Yeah.
So if it's coming out in October, PS4 is coming out October or earlier.
True.
Then that means Ghost will be on a next gen system. It'll be on PS4 before Xbox One.
Yeah, and 360.
Yeah, $100 less than a month before. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Plus, you're saving hundreds of dollars on, used games. You have to buy every single game new with the Xbox One.
I don't think the used games. Well, see, they never. That point that Sony made is kind of a little bit shady, because Sony isn't directly imposing fees for used games, but Sony did say later that the fees are up to the developers and publishers.
Well, yeah.
Right. So I mean, they're not.
Did you
I
see
mean-
that? Did you see that short YouTube video they made?
How to share a game.
Yeah, how to share a game, and it's like the guy just gives it to the other guy. That's easy. I was like, oh man, that's bad.
I mean, I doubt that the prices are gonna really be any higher than Xbox. Because keep in mind, we're still in kind of a free market here. Businesses need to compete. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just funny. That whole conference was funny.
Yeah, they were really going at.
They were going at Microsoft hard, man.
the last half hour, everything before that was just so boring. When Sai came up and started talking, and then they just last half hour they just laid it out.
It was funny to watch Sai up there, because you could clearly tell he was reading a teleprompter. Like, you knew it when it was ever lagging or anything. He would just sit there and pause, and you just see his eyes like shifting back and forth, waiting for it to freaking read up.
I was like, who the hell is
shit
this
was
guy
funny.
on my screen? I died when he said like spaghetti westerns or something like that. I was like, oh my god, I can't.
You know what I mean? Because honestly, like, Sony was losing so much, like, on the race before they even started bashing on Microsoft. Like, they were done. Sony was second place until they started basically just preying on all of Microsoft's failures, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Microsoft. I mean, even Sundance said that the Sony conference was much better, and that Microsoft had a lot to like make up in the coming time before release.
Really?
That could give a little insight to whatever.
I switched the Sony one off halfway through. It really didn't interest me.
Well, yeah.
No, it normally does actually. The Sony one normally does interest me, but I just literally was sat there like, just nothing stood out, and I just switched it off.
Not really. When
I
they
think-
went to the indie games, I was like, what?
I think Destiny is a really interesting game for competitive, just for the simple fact that, I mean, it would be kind of crazy for everybody. Like how at COD Champs they gave us a USB and you had all your classes like loaded up. Like what happens if they had a LAN for Destiny? Everybody like you could level your character up as many times as you want online at home with like all different types of guns and like loadouts and classes, and then you loaded them up on USB and brought in the LAN. And you had all these customizable characters with different guns and armor setups, and just it would be like the potential is literally like
that's kind of battle. I mean, that's what
can
Battlefield is too. I mean, Battlefield, you got to level up your guns and shit to get the different attachments and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you got to level up
Or
each
a
like the
game
medic
a game
or the
like
engineer.
Battlefield, they would probably just unlock everything on LAN.
Yeah, that's what I would assume too.
Did we have, I'm trying to think. No, we didn't have that for games like that do well though, where like it's got like a little RPG or like other type of element to it. Like Shadowrun did really well. I mean, it made the circuit.
Yeah.
Shadowrun was pretty good. I liked it.
I like Shadowrun.
And then, I mean, obviously, like you look at Counter-Strike. I mean, there's like literally infinite possibilities of who has what guns with different strategies.
Yeah.
It's literally been the same like 6 maps for the last like 20 years.
Yeah, essentially. It'll be interesting. Definitely be interesting come Christmas time, and
You know,
especially
as we
January.
See more of the games and learn a little bit more about them. I think we'll have a clear idea. And also when some of them release. I mean, Destiny and Titanfall aren't releasing until 2014. Games usually, AAA titles like that usually don't come out in the summer. So
Yeah, so
let's
it'll
say
be November, like October,
November 2014.
Yeah.
So you'll see you have a full year of basically Call of Duty, The Division,
Well, then that's, I mean, because then Treyarch comes out with their next title
Battlefield, yeah.
at the end of 2014, and I guess Treyarch's kind of the company that we can always rely on, if you want to think about it. They're the ones that we know.
Do you know what's bad? You know what's really bad? That Infinity Ward hadn't even bought the game out yet, and we're already talking about having to probably rely on Treyarch again.
Just the fact that they're not going to show multiplayer footage until August, like, come on.
Well, didn't
it was the
Treyarch
same
pulled
with
the same thing last year?
didn't see any multiplayer footage till Gamescom, which was the first weekend of August last year.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I reckon they're going to do the same thing again because Gamescom is the 22nd to like the 25th, no, 22nd to 26th of August is Gamescom. And like, obviously, I don't know if you saw the size of the booth. The Activision booth was huge.
Huh.
The Treyarch booth. Like,
But we were saying the same shit last year too about Treyarch, just because they didn't show it till August. But now we know that Treyarch was focused on esports and had its back when they released it. But with Infinity Ward's track record, I can honestly say that
thing is, Infinity Ward going to look at this and go, right, if we mess up now, this is literally our last chance. Like Treyarch have literally put the ball in the court saying, "Oh, we've done it."
Yeah.
I know, but we're still such a small part of the Call of Duty demographic and community that.
Well, see, that's another.
I know it's still going to get the sales, but it's not going to get the same. It's not going to get that media attention that it does. Like, I know you still have the YouTubers, who get the like media, but I don't know. Like, esports is a different kind of media attention. I think if they didn't get it, I think they would go. Especially maybe not more Infinity, but I think Activision would be more like, well, why didn't we get it with you, but we get it with them? Maybe we should just let them make the games and we'll bring them out every 2 years. Oh.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
No, I think it could be like Infinity Ward. Like, it's a bit pretty much like, I think this is like the last chance.
It's crazy. There's a ton of. I'm just really starting to think again. Ghosts would compete against like Division and Battlefield 4, and then the next time a Treyarch game would come around, it would probably compete against Destiny, Titanfall, and the new Rainbow Six title. Like, that's a ton of competition right there.
One other thing as well, if you look at it now, think how much esports has grown, like, especially for COD in the past year or two. If you think about it, if Infinity Ward brings out their game now, it's not that good, and Treyarch brings out another one and smashes it again, and if it comes back around to Infinity Ward again, imagine how big esports could potentially be be by then. Like Activision could just go, well, no, it could be that big that Activision couldn't rely on giving it back to him anymore. So this could literally be their last chance. Get it right.
The greatest choke of mankind.
Yeah, someone made a
Heard
good
around
point.
the world.
Someone made a good point in the chat though. Every year, Activision just breaks its record sales with each new Call of Duty title. So there's no way they would start doing it every 2 years unless one of their titles just totally was a dud and made them no money, which is never going to happen. I don't think.
Or what they could do is, like, say for example, Treyarch. For example, like I said, say for example, esports gets that big that it becomes like rivaling sports. Like, say for example, TV. The minute TV gets into esports is when companies will have to start.
Honestly, I don't think TV should get into esports.
It's going like it will happen. The way
Esports was born on the internet. It needs to stay on the internet, like on Twitch and shit like that. Platforms like that.
You look at like.
Dude, even
like,
TVs are hooked up to the internet now, dude. Smart TVs. They can watch that shit. They can watch Twitch on their TVs.
But
You know what I
it's
mean?
not. The thing is, Twitch don't have the money that the likes of the mainstream TV channels do have, and like sports shows like ESPN. Imagine if they one day wanted to get into it. They've got the money. Like, they're gonna get the TV rights if they want them. Like, in China, like if you look at gaming, is like biggest in like China and stuff, and they have it on TV daily.
Frickin' TV.
But the minute TV gets into gaming is when people will literally have to start thinking, okay, it still will be about sales, but sales will happen because it's on TV, so it'll literally have to happen as who makes the best game for what is needed.
So
That's
basically,
what I
what TV could do is put more pressure on the developers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment, there's like, you don't have to rely, like, that's why there's so much money in sports, because it's all TV rights.
I don't know. It would be kind of interesting to see an esports center.
EA's already done stuff on TV for some of their games. I mean, who says that they have unlimited funds? EA. Who says they couldn't start like a Battlefield League and broadcast once a month on TV? It'd easily be done.
I don't know. I just don't want Battlefield to say they're gonna put on a $1.6 million tournament and then never even take it off.
It was more Virgin Gaming.
Yeah, I know, but what
Virgin
pissed me
Gaming.
off about it though is that it was like coming early 2012 or whatever it was, and then it was like October, dude, and it was still on the website. I was like, just take that shit down now, dude.
It's Virgin Gaming because they buy the rights, and Virgin Gaming puts up this amount of money.
Yep.
And they never did anything with it.
No, we all know.
Virgin Gaming has the rights to
Halo. Yeah, what the
We
hell?
never even know it.
They're not doing anything with it. It's like, oh god.
But then they'll have a $10,000 NBA 2K tournament. Like, it makes no sense.
Dude, they love their freaking sports games.
Yeah.
They go bonkers over FIFA.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I just wanted to have this show revolved around future, on the future, and our scares about it, our
I
little
think we'll
fears, our
definitely-
fears about it.
I would say by like July, August, there'll be a real clear understanding of how good the next Call of Duty is going to be, and then how interested the other games are in going after the esports market. I know for a fact that there is an esports division inside of EA.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
How long has that been there?
Yeah, how long has that been there, and how big is it though? That's the thing. If it's been there before Battlefield 3 came out, then
No.
oh Jesus.
They're working on it. It's happened recently.
I remember when Battlefield 3 came out and that big tournament was on,
Well, you can already kind of see
and then
it.
we were like, but when Battlefield 3 came out, I started, you're like, there's no private setting, there's no private match
Yeah,
settings,
I mean,
you
they-
can't
they
do
just-
anything but just
they
play
just
online.
mucked that
Like,
game
what's
up.
going on here? I was like, oh my god.
EA went out and they put a codcaster mode in their alpha, and they got 2 known casters to come to E3 to cast it all weekend. You don't do that unless you have some kind of plans.
Yeah, true. True that.
You
It'll
don't
be
give them
interesting.
You don't give them the casting material in alpha phase, and then just for one event, and then take it away and bring in like Golden Boy and Dunn, like two known.
I don't know.
Like,
I think
esports
honestly, I think EA and Battlefield like making that push for esports is only going to make Call of Duty better in the long run. Just because, I mean, that's a huge competition right there, and Activision is always
Yeah.
going to want to trump EA, and I mean, because Call of Duty and Battlefield, it's kind of like a little rivalry there.
Oh, yeah.
I would have to say.
They always want to be better than.
Yeah,
each other.
so I mean, if they see Battlefield 4 has this podcast mode and they're really pushing esports, and they got their pre-alpha whatever phase thing at E3, and I think that's going to put more pressure on Activision, and then in turn put more pressure on Infinity Ward to actually come
but
out
do
with
you
the
trust
title.
Infinity Ward though?
No, I don't. I've said that a million times.
See,
I
that's where we're
don't.
at.
It's
That's
like
the moral of the story.
it's like
That's
you
the moral
tell
of the
them.
story.
It's like you tell them to do something, and they'll just say, "Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna do this anyways," and we're gonna have no. Oh man, yeah. I mean,
You
I already
also
said
have
it.
to take into consideration that I would say how much of the Call of Duty community makes up competitive. I mean,
Yeah, but how much of the
how much percent?
about the same as Battlefield?
Dude,
Probably more.
Battlefield is all competitive. Difficult to play. The people that play those games play for the competition. They don't play just to play.
Dude, Battlefield's not that difficult to play.
I
Dude,
feel like I'm playing Battlefield. I can't take Battlefield seriously. I feel like when I play, it's just like for playing like I'm messing around, playing fun. I don't know. I just can't.
Battlefield
take it
is not
seriously.
that difficult to play. Are you serious right now?
You guys are about to
Battlefield-
get your Twitter feeds bombed by a bunch of Battlefield fanboys.
Yo, bring it, dude.
Battlefield
I'll
is
take
a lot.
anybody on. I will take anybody on in Battlefield, and I'll kick the
Battlefield
shit out
is
of them.
very hard to play, dude.
No, it's not, dude. Oh my god. I rape in Battlefield though. I'm not gonna lie at all. I will kick anyone's ass in
really
Battlefield.
good, dude.
Whoa! You know, you've seen the media, mate. No rape jokes here. Come on.
Are you serious, man? Are you serious?
Hey, you saw what happened to, who was
Yeah,
it?
that's
Who was
what
that?
is that? It's let's say how many people are playing League Play right now. Let's use that as like a base, like for this. Like,
I don't know how many.
there's 6,000. There's like 7. Let's call like 8,000 on
On a
both.
week-
No, I played Battlefield competitive. I played Battlefield 2 competitively and Battlefield
Yeah.
3 for the
There's
little, for the
3,000 people
small
playing Call of
entirety.
Duty. 8,000 are playing competitive.
8,000. That's kind of high actually for league play. I'm excited.
Well, I mean, do we want to use that as a stat or like the peak
I'm just
that
using it as
was
like
at?
a current. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just using it as like a current number.
I mean, if there was something to play for,
I mean, honestly though, you think before COD Champs that league play stat was like in the 2 to 3,000s and never really broke that.
Yeah.
So it shows growth, baby. Growth.
honestly though, from an optimistic point of view, and just bear with me, Diesel, I'm going to be optimistic.
God damn it.
It's an exciting year for esports, just like, you know, for the next competitive season, you could say, because even if the next Call of Duty is really, really bad, Black Ops 2 has set the bar so high for competitive that all the other games need to be really good competitively in order for us to accept it. So if Ghosts is just a fail in regards to competitive, we have great games to go over to that we know will be good because the bar has been
Yeah,
set
but
so
like,
high.
Mr. X, I had to say it once, Matt.
You can say
dude, that name is funny. Before we end the show, I gotta find out where that name came from. But Matt, like you
We
said
can't
though,
talk
like
about that on stream.
everybody. Okay, well then after the stream we'll talk about it. But like,
Definitely not a drug dealer.
oh man, that laugh just makes me. Oh my, the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. Like Matt said, like everybody in the like all the big organizations and players would have to come together and all go to one of the other games. Like if we ended up splitting up to like 2 to 3 different games, then it'd be the end. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't know. There's a lot of things. A lot of things could happen. There's a lot of avenues for the future of console esports in the next year. So we're putting all of our chips into Infinity Ward, and I'm scared. I have nightmares about this. You don't even know. It's like, no, LAN capabilities, no! I don't know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
At least you didn't run the most unsuccessful website launch in history today.
Yeah, dude, that website, okay, guys. Alright, so Prophecy Acid here. He's essentially the boss of Team Prophecy. They just launched a website tonight. Go check it out. It's prophecyteam.net. So he did this elaborate 10, 9, 8 countdown thing, which was
By the way, that
extremely
10-second
annoying.
countdown actually took about 30 seconds.
Yeah, that took forever, and I understand the hype up to it, to get people looking at the Prophecy Team Twitter, which is fine and everything, but it was annoying.
I was going to start at 3 or 4. No, that's going to go too quick.
Okay.
At 10. Oh, this is
Alright,
a really bad
alright.
idea.
But anyways, so he gets to 1, and he's like, then it's like, launch prophecyteam.net, go, go, go. Internal error 505, site does not work. I was like, awesome, this is a great launch, dude.
We didn't just crash the Prophecy website, I crashed the Team Infuse website, my Infuse Interactive.
Well, dude, you had to be prepared for that. Like, the launch of the site, it's going to be a huge influx of users.
I
mean,
reckon if
come
I did
on.
do that 10-second countdown, it wouldn't have happened. I reckon that just flooded people's timeline.
Well, yeah, because
too much attention.
it obliterated everyone's timeline, so of course they're going to be looking at whatever the hell you're tweeting. Like, what is going on?
Literally, it was perfect. I was like, right, I was literally checked every page, refreshed it so many times, it was perfect. Started the countdown, I literally broke it in 10 seconds.
Alright, I've got one question about the website.
But
Why, instead of pictures of the players, it's only killer dudes looking like the players actually work out or some shit? Like, what's going on here?
not got the new jerseys yet, they come next week. And I didn't want to take in the old jerseys.
So you want to get a picture of them in the new jerseys? Okay.
Yeah, I was
I'm
like,
just wondering.
I'm just putting black silhouettes.
Alright, that looks good.
They're obviously
Alright.
like black silhouettes of me, like quite big.
Oh, really? They're all black silhouettes of you? Okay. I got you. I mean, I don't think they are, though, because it doesn't have some crazy, like, stuck-up hairstyle or something like that.
Oh,
It's
you're not
just-
ready for you're not ready
it's
for
just-
Anaheim, by the way.
Yeah, are you still doing it? Last time we
Yeah.
talked, you said you're gonna do, like, blue tips or something in your hair, something
Yeah.
ridiculous like that. Wait,
I've already had it
is that
cut.
still,
I'm going
does that still
back
go?
Like 10 days to dye it white with put blue in it.
It's gonna be white and blue?
White,
Holy...
it's gonna be all
blue.
white with blue streaks through it.
Dude, your hair's gonna fall out before you get to the States.
Nah, I've dyed my hair like more than I've had hot dinners. My hair's fine.
So, oh, man, dude, you're a chick. I see now. I
Oh.
see now. Gotta go get your hair colored once a month. I got you. It's all good. I
I
understand.
don't get it colored once a month. I get it colored like once every 2 weeks.
Okay, so you're
But
worse than a chick.
that was a joke, by the way.
You're worse than a chick. Okay, this dude spends a yearly
What?
salary on his hair.
I spend all profit money on it. Don't go
Oh,
wrong.
that's why that's why you're into video games, to frickin' fund your hair dyes. I got you. All right.
Free trips to America and free haircuts. Why not?
Dude, nice haircuts are expensive, man. I feel you.
They
dude.
are, dude. They are. But all right, since you are coming over to MLG Anaheim, I'm gonna ask you this: where do you think Prophecy's gonna place?
I really.
Say it.
We're coming over with a goal to get top 8.
Yeah.
That is technically our
You're
goal.
gonna get top 8.
That is what we want. Like if we hit top 8, like literally anything over that would just be a bonus.
You don't think your guys are good enough to get first? Damn.
No, I said that's our goal.
Your goal's top 8, man. That means that you have no aspirations to get first. You're just planning to just get top
Bro.
8.
I had aspirations to go to Anaheim, lie on a beach, and go to a gaming event. So, both top 8 would be brilliant. No, I don't know. Like literally, we're one of them teams that. If we're hyped up,
Aren't
at all,
you- you're
I think we
supposed to-
can
you're
beat
su-
anyone if we're hyped up. Like literally, if we're playing how we can play, I think we can beat anyone. But
Well, there we go. That's more of an answer like I was
Like-
looking for.
yeah, but recently we just haven't found that spark. Like, just I don't know.
Well, you did pick up that new player. How's that been going?
It's better. Like we're like Tommy. There's no question. Tommy's a great player, but he was never online. We literally from like EGL 9. We won our series, and then we didn't play that next week until EGL 9. We just expected that we had 4 of the best players and could win it. Obviously didn't. And then after EGL 9, we did not. We played. I think we scrimmed twice before we dropped Tommy, and we didn't drop Tommy until like 6 weeks later. So we scrimmed like twice in 6 weeks.
Hmm.
It's crazy.
As a full team, it was hold. I said as good as he is, he was holding us back so much. Like at least we're playing pretty much every night now.
There's a lot of teams over here that have done that though. I know Impact has barely played since UMG St. Louis, and Optic has barely played since MLG or since COD Champs.
Like technically speaking,
Yeah.
though, Epsilon Epsilon is obviously the top EU team at the moment.
Hmm.
But technically they've not beat us either.
Yeah.
Online anyway. They beat us online every time.
Yeah.
No, like I don't see the reason why we can't challenge the top. Like
It'll be good. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just happy to see two EU teams finally coming over. I think it's
Yeah.
funny. I think it's funny how that we have two EU teams coming over, and it's the furthest freaking land that they could have possibly went to from the EU. I think that's kind of ironic in a way. It's
But,
kind
like
of funny.
we were
but-
meant to go to Dallas and the whole like thing stuff, and we didn't go. So like I knew for a fact we'd be coming to Anaheim, like, even though it's cost twice as much as any other MLG have ever priced up.
Yeah.
I knew for a fact we'd be coming to Anaheim, and then literally, gosh, when I helped Shane get an Epsilon, and I was chatting to Epsilon, and literally just persuaded us like, you'd be stupid if you don't send this team here. They've got the potential to do and win it. So like, pretty much persuaded Epsilon to send that team there as well.
Yep.
Like, there are other good EU teams, but like, realistically, I don't know who would challenge the top players on like the top NA teams on the day. I think would whitewash the majority of the EU teams.
So do I. I'm glad you said that. I agree.
Like,
Hold on. Apparently,
obviously, on the day anything can happen. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, on their day, when both teams are playing on form, I don't think anyone would really challenge the NA teams, bar like ourselves and Epsilon.
yeah. I mean, I'm following what you're saying. I'm very interested in the Twitter feed right now. I don't know if you're reading it. This Aristotle guy is essentially going off on me for some reason.
His personal opinion is that we should not use our personal opinions.
Oh, okay.
That's essentially what he
That
said.
All right.
That guy's an idiot. Tell me he's an
Delusional
idiot.
am.
All right, so I'm gonna read his tweets to me right now that you guys can see in the Twitter feed, and then I'm going to say what I think about them. So prepare. All the TheWRant is doing is talking bad about PS4 and Call of Duty. If you want something to TheWRant about, you could have just put rant. I mean, really, it's the weekly rant. You could have just put rant, but okay. How about how bad the Xbox One is? And then he continues to say, people who can't keep personal opinions out of their work, even when completely wrong, is the worst professional ever. The TheWRant, you're that. Okay.
I want to.
Okay, a little side note right there. If you're gonna talk shit on me and do it in a very vulgar and angry way, please use proper grammar. It's you need apostrophe re right there. I appreciate
what he was
that.
trying to.
I appreciate
trying
that.
To get
And
across
second
there?
of all, I don't know what you're trying to say. Okay, keep personal opinions out of their work.
wanna know what this
even
guy's
when
been taking.
completely wrong is the worst professional ever.
That guy is an
What
idiot.
are you trying to say to me, dude? Like, this is my podcast. Like, this is a Call of Duty podcast. I love Call of Duty, so naturally I'm gonna be a little pessimistic about what Infinity Ward actually delivers to the competitive community because they haven't delivered in the past. So that's what we're talking about here. We're saying
Well,
what
this
needs
is-
to happen. And honestly,
It's
my
in the face.
and what oh, I see that now. Interesting. But anyways, people and then personal opinions, like, why wouldn't I give my personal opinion on what I think the like Infinity Ward and Xbox One is gonna be and do for us? I don't understand what you're trying to get about, dude. I
He
kind of
just-
do
he's
you have a
another one of
Skype?
those- He's
Do you have a
another one of those
Skype,
kids
dude?
that just says you have
I don't-
no
I
idea
don't-
what you're talking about, and he thinks
Oh,
he does.
Okay, he's one of those guys. All right. I know more than I let on, man. I promise. I promise, dude.
This is why I love this community.
It's just, oh man. Honestly, I didn't say half of what I wanted to say because I have gone to a more professional road. Like, yeah, honestly, dude, if you said that like 3 months ago, oh man, woo! It would have been ugly. But you know, I've changed. I've turned a new leaf, so to speak. I hold back some of my thoughts.
It's more fun to just be reckless, though.
It is. It's a lot more fun to be reckless. It is, but I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to change to not. I mean, that's why we're having Being Frank every Monday, so I can let some of that recklessness out on a weekly basis, but not as crazy as it was on the original rant. But thank you for your opinion. I appreciate your opinion. You're entitled to it. You obviously think that
Don't say that. You don't mean it.
that I'm an idiot. That I'm an idiot, and
Tell him how you really feel. That guy's an idiot.
yeah, you're an idiot, dude. I hate you. Please, hold on. Do I still have that graphic from? I don't even want to use it because
Oh my god!
I don't-
Your Twitter feed.
I don't want to use it because it has the original logo of the WRant on it. You know what? It's a little nostalgia. I'll use it. I'll use it. No wait, I don't. Oh wait, do I have it? Here it is. Okay. Oh, it doesn't have it on there. Okay, so we hope if you don't like the show that you change the channel, bro. Okay. Like I am not keeping you here. I'm doing this show because I love Call of Duty and I like to talk about it. So if you don't like it,
prison watching the rant.
and if you're in prison, I mean, Bezo, if there's anybody in prison watching this, dude, you're about to get worked on, son. I don't even. What did he say? I went to stick my tongue down your. Oh my god. Okay, so hold on. I need to hire some form of security for Anaheim now. So if anybody is going to Anaheim that is big and knows some sort of karate or something, I'm gonna pay you for that weekend to keep Bezo away from me.
Dude, that's mad funny though.
Who are you keeping away from who?
Bezo, did you? Oh, Lizard
Yeah,
Boo's my bodyguard.
right, yeah,
Lizard
yeah,
Boo's
yeah,
my
yeah.
bodyguard. I'm sorry. The day I need you to be my bodyguard is the day I need to start hitting the gym. I'm sorry.
The boot might not like karate or some shit. You never know.
Are you a black belt in like some kung fu shit, Lizard Boo? I need to know. If you are, that's some real shit.
See, like, I could form you some sort of like British army, but we don't. We're gonna come like as a price, like as a group price.
Oh, actually,
individual price.
actually, no. I gotta say, Lizard Boo did punch harder than a lot of the guys in this community at that one little competition we had at the Twitch party at MLG
I
Dallas.
think that's
so
a message
Really?
to all gamers.
yeah,
Work
man.
out more.
Go to the gym. Do stuff besides play games.
Can I say
Bezo.
she punches hard, or most gamers can't punch.
Dude, you gotta watch you gotta watch the punch video. Have you seen the punch video?
She looked like fucking Floyd Mayweather compared to some of these
Yeah.
dudes.
And honestly, like Bezo, you couldn't even stand up to punch the damn thing. Dude, you fell each time you tried to punch it, so it's understandable that you didn't really punch that hard. But anyways, I'm sorry. I had to go off from that guy a little bit. Not as hard as I used to.
Screw that
'cause
guy.
It changed. Yes,
Ain't
but
no
screw you.
please,
He's
I'll
probably
go after him.
he's probably not even here anymore, dude.
Nah,
Honestly.
he probably left.
He probably left right after he said that because he didn't want to hear what I had to
Saw
say
Nate
back.
Chuck come online.
Yeah.
Yeah, he saw Nate Shot stream came back. I forgot. Damn.
Little minions.
Damn. Yeah, guys, but it is what it is. There's always going to be haters out there who think my opinions are pointless and stupid. Well, that's fine. Actually, it's not fine. My opinions are gold. What are you talking about? My opinions are gold, and they have some clout in this community. Damn it! So listen up. Is that
There you
better?
go.
Is that better? Is that more? That's more me right there, actually.
I would use more profanity. But I like it.
Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you.
Works.
But guys, I think it's a good time to end the show now. We talked about what we all thought about the future of competitive console esports, and there's a lot of pressure on Infinity Ward right now to kind of perform, so to speak. So hopefully it comes out. Hopefully they come out to play. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that in August when they do showcase their multiplayer that I'm absolutely blown away and they have Codcaster and they introduce League Play, which will be in Ghost hopefully, and they introduce all the stuff that we need for the continued growth of this community. Because honestly, the past 6 months have been great for Call of Duty, and I want to see that keep going into COD Ghosts. So we'll
I
see.
just want to shoot logs and watch them roll
We'll
down
see.
hills and kill
I mean,
people.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Coming August, once we see that multiplayer in October, you're either gonna see the WRant Call of Duty edition still, or you're gonna see the WRant League of Legends edition. I don't know yet. I might have to transfer.
You know,
I'm ready.
I'm thinking,
Legends.
dude. That's what I'm
Division.
saying. Dude, you're not gonna see me on Xbox Live anymore, dude. I'm gonna be on my PC. I'm gonna be grinding out League of Legends to start learning it.
You know,
Let's
I
see.
know-
I reckon if Call of Duty failed, I'd try and pick up a whole team.
Yeah, I mean that's
I'd have to get a shitload more funds, but
that's where it goes. That's where it goes.
Let's
I
go.
like watching League. I like all I like just watching it. I don't know what goes on, but I like watching.
You know, honestly, when they had that All-Star thing going on with that badass stage, I was up at like
Yeah.
4 a.m. watching that shit. I was entertained.
What was that? I don't know what's going on. They're like just like.
I know. And then one of the
It
guys.
started at
no,
8 a.m. like UK
Yeah,
time.
one of the guys got a pentakill, dude, and I was like, everybody was going crazy. Twitter was blowing up. I was blowing up. I think I might have actually jumped out of my chair on it. I don't know what was going on. I was just entertained. It doesn't
I'm
even
not gonna
matter.
lie. Have you watched
Yeah.
any of the OGN, like any creator from Korea? That is the best. The casters get so into it.
I know.
Like,
It's good.
I want to say I
Good.
can't do something because it will come across people think I'm being racist and stuff. But how good they are is amazing.
No. But anyways, we're not talking about COD anymore. But guys, I think that's going to do it for tonight's show. Unless you guys have anything else you want to touch on before we close this out? Anything else that I forgot that you guys wanted to bring up?
No.
No?
If anyone
About
wants to
it.
get any guys,
We're good? We're good? Well, thanks for coming on, Acid. I know it's late over there for you. But you're a
like
gamer,
midday
dude.
for me.
It's midday for you. You're a vampire. I got
Hey,
you.
you have to enjoy the rest of the day, man.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, man. Matt, always a pleasure.
Just-
Don't leave
Yeah.
though, because I want the story behind Mr. X before we depart. But anyways,
Wait,
that's
that
gonna
should
do
be
it, guys.
public. Wait, that
That's
should
go-
be public.
Honestly, if he doesn't, do you want to make it public? If not, I'm gonna close the show.
Hey,
Unless it
Is
is
it-
illegal, then
Yeah. Okay. Well, he doesn't want to say. Who knows what's going on there?
Let's not make it public. Let's not make it public.
All right. Well, we're not making it public. Melissa, bring a Sharpie. I will sign your face. I will sign your face in Anaheim, but you have to bring the Sharpie. I don't carry Sharpies on me, so bring the Sharpie. But that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for tonight's show, guys. Come back Sunday for the Community's Voice at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I bring on everybody and anybody as long as you have Xbox Live and a mic. We just talk about anything in Call of Duty. It's not a formal discussion at all. We talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. And then also Monday is going to be the first edition of Being Frank. And that's where the other side of me is going to come out a little bit, like back in the good old days in TheWRant, but not as vulgar as I used to be. It's going to be more of a constructive criticism than a total
it's a
bashing.
revamped, more constructive and professional version of it.
Yeah, that's yes, very good,
Yeah,
very good.
that's a
Bio,
good way to put it.
Bio is my co-host, so me and him
For
are going to be
obvious
doing that.
reasons.
Yes,
Needs
but
to-
it's gonna be good. It's definitely gonna be interesting. So hope you guys tune into that. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys, and peace out.
All right, Mr. XXX.
Mr. X.
I want to know this.